never really believed in paranormal stuff, and I still don't want to, but after what happened with my brother, I don't have another explanation. My brother was admitted to a mental asylum about a year ago. Severe paranoia, auditory hallucinations, and at least that's what the doctors told us. He kept insisting that something was following him, watching him. He said it all started after he explored an abandoned wing of the asylum during a volunteer cleanup program. I figured it was stress or the illness was just getting worse. But not too long after that, I started to see things. At first, it was small stuff. Lights flickering in my apartment, footsteps in the hallways when I lived alone, but I just chalked it up to anxiety. I was visiting my brother a lot, and the place messes with your head. Long halls, locked doors, that smell of disinfectant and old concrete. One night while visiting my brother grabbed my arm through the visiting glass and whispered, "It followed you home, didn't it?" I laughed it off, but he didn't. He was straight serious. That same night, I woke up at 2:17 a.m. to the sound of somebody breathing in my room, slow and wet, like they were not trying to be heard. I froze, and the sound moved from near my door to right beside my bed. I got up and bolted out of there as fast as I could. I ran out of my apartment barefoot down the stairs, not even looking back. I could hear something chasing me, heavy footsteps that didn't match mine, too many steps, too fast. When I reached the street and turned around, nothing was there. After that moment, it started getting even worse. I started seeing flashes of somebody in hospital scrubs at the end of hallways, reflections that moved when I didn't, doors in my apartments that would be slightly open when I knew I shut them. I went back to the asylum to confront my brother, demanding answers. That's when the doctor pulled me aside. He asked how long I'd been visiting my brother for, and I told him I'd been coming every week for months. He looked confused and a little uncomfortable, and that's when he told me the truth. My brother was admitted to that asylum a year ago. What no one told me, because they thought I already knew, was that after his condition got even worse, he got transferred to a long-term secure ward. No visitors, no glass rooms, no conversations. That meant he hadn't been in the public wing for years. Every visit I remembered, every warning he gave me, never happened. Then the doctor asked me one final question. If your brother isn't here, who have you been talking to this whole time? That night, I woke up to breathing again. This time, it whispered my name, and it sounded just like my brother. I used to work overnights as a security guard at the local port. The site was massive, nearly a 2-mile radius, so even overnight, there were usually 3 guards on duty, including me. Most port workers stayed overnight except for a safety official, because there was almost zero activity at night. All guards were stationed at the front gate instead of separate posts. The veteran guards who had been there for years always said that the place was haunted. They talked about old deaths and accidents that had happened on the work site a long time ago. I knew people that died there, and I am religious, so I believe in angels and demons, but I honestly thought that they were just trying to scare the new guys. For the first few weeks, nothing really happened, just a few strange noises, a creak here and there, objects slightly out of place during patrols, but nothing crazy. On site, there's an old gym for workers who stayed multiple days. Inside, there's a sauna, weights, a racquetball court, an enclosed court with thin plaster walls and thick glass doors. During patrols, another guard named Mike and I would sometimes stop there and play racquetball before heading back to the front gate. One night, around 2:30 in the morning, we decided to do a full workout instead out of pure boredom. The building was completely silent, no air conditioning, no machines running, just the hum of the lights. About 15 minutes into the workout, we heard a loud thump, but we ignored it. A few minutes later, we heard it again. At first, we thought it might be our lieutenant walking around, so we radioed him. He answered immediately and said he was still at the front gate. We then realized that the loud thumps were coming from the other side of the gym near the racquetball court. Mike and I tried to think logically. Air conditioning? No, it was turned off. Equipment shifting? Nothing was moving. Then the thump started happening repeatedly. that's when we got nervous. We slowly walked around the glass door of the court and turned on our flashlight. The second the light hit the glass, my entire body went cold. Inside the court, one of the racquetballs was rolling slowly across the floor by itself. There was no one inside. That meant the loud thumps we heard were the balls being thrown against the walls, as if something was playing racquetball. We panicked. We started yelling and ran as fast as we could to the front gate. When the lieutenant saw us running and tearing up, he asked what was wrong, and we told him everything. His reaction was what scared us even more. He said, "That's why guards quit all the time. There's something evil here, and this isn't the first time." He then showed us security footage of dark figures moving through the offices and lights turning on and off by themselves. To this day, I still get the chills thinking about it. That was my first real encounter with something supernatural. Some say it was a demon, and I don't know what it was, but not too long after that, I quit working at the site.